Hey everybody, welcome to Kimmel's Irish Pub. Time for another movie review. Tonight's movie, Accidental Texan. So, Irwin finds himself stranded in Texas where he's taken under the wing of a nearly bankrupt oil driller, Merle. They set off on a wild adventure to outwit a corrupt company and hit pay dirt before Merle's dreams are foreclosed. I don't know, you know what I mean? Like, this is why you have me. But here's why I picked it, alright? So first of all, Rudy Pankow is in it from Outer Banks. I like him. He's one of my favorite Outer Banks characters. I do like him. So this is like one of the first movies I'm seeing him in outside of Outer Banks. So that's cool. In addition to that, Thomas Haden Church. So a lot of you might know him as Sandman from Spider-Man. Fantastic. That's fantastic. He was Lloyd from Wings. If you used to watch Wings back in the day, one of the old school good comedy that is undervalued, I think. Carrie-Anne Moss, The Matrix. Bruce Dern from every other movie. He's in a lot of different things. So there's some good people in it. Brad Leland. Oh, who's Brad Leland? Friday Night Lights. The guy, you know who he is. Friday Night, gray hair, older gentleman, very big sponsor of the thing. It's only 5.8 on IMDb, but 332 people rated it so far, so that's not that many, so we could be in for a treat. Let's get into it, find out what it's about, give you a better idea, let you know what I think. Stick around, I'll be back. Hey everybody, we're at the credits of Accidental Texan, and I'll start off by, I don't understand all the hate. A 4.8? I didn't mean to rhyme, right? That's what they said it was. Now, I know it was only 300 and some, and that just seems like way off. You know, I mean, I think that's what it was. 5.8. I'm sorry. Okay, feel a lot better now. I thought it was 4.8. It's 5.8. I don't know if I said that right the first time. I'll have to check my re-recording. So, I feel a lot better now. It is more of a 5.8, a 6-ish kind of movie. I thought it was 4.8. I was like, why are they all hating on this? Like, it might have been like real oil people. It was like, that's not the real truth on how you drill oil. That's what I was trying to think of. But, you know, I talk every now and again, you know, about how you become emotionally tied to characters. And usually that's through their backstory, through the character development. That's not the case here. I don't think there's a ton of backstory on everybody. You have enough of, you know, the two main characters that it's not too in-depth, but they focus on everything else. And then I always come back to what could be the director or the producer. And that's usually, or the writing or whatever, that makes you, I think there's a lot of movies where they can draw you in and make that happen. And then there's movies that, this one does. I felt like I enjoyed it. Like I felt like I really felt a connection emotionally to these characters. And I know there's no commonality between me and them, like Texas oil drilling, Harvard acting, none of that, right? So that's, you know, so I think there's another piece that I never thought of before until I saw this one, and I could be way off base, but I really felt that our main two characters had great chemistry, and I think Carrie-Anne Moss added to that. So it's Thomas Haden Church and Rudy Pankow. I just think that they did well together. I think I always liked Thomas Haden Church, like I said, and I like both of those actors. That could have helped, but I really did. I mean, it's because they're there for a day, you know. Like the plot line is Rudy's character has a acting gig, so he's driving from L.A. He goes all the way to New Orleans to get in his acting gig. Backstory a little bit is he was in Harvard, dropped out to try acting, and he's got, you know, like him and his dad are at odds because of that, of course. But he's driving back to New Orleans after the acting thing doesn't work out, and he gets stuck in Texas. His car breaks down. So he stumbles into this town, and that's where he meets Thomas Haden Church character. Now, like I said, they meet, and it's a small town, so they're kind of like, he's like nice to him, whatever, decides to kind of take him under his wing for like a night. Hey, let's run errands together. We'll get your, he helps him get the car towed, whatever. And so they have a little bit of a relationship within the first couple of hours of meeting each other. They go out and do these errands, and they build a connection. But really, like things that I would think of, like they seem very, very close for a very short period of time. But I bought it. You know, I knew like logistically, this isn't really going to happen in real life. People aren't going to be best friends and, you know, have this guy stay at his house and help him do all these different things after knowing him for a day and not knowing his whole backstory and stuff like that. But it works. It really does for me, you know, cooking steaks, drinking beer, and then just moving forward. And there's none of the, you know, usually in these kinds of situations, there's the part where they become at odds kind of thing. And that doesn't happen, so it makes you enjoy the film more and more. Now, there are challenges. The Thomas Haden Church, who has this oil rig company, he's a roughneck, as they say, and the bank is going to foreclose, and all these other people are trying to get in on his equipment and everything in his land, and so everything bad's going to come, you know, down if he doesn't find oil fast. And then he takes, what's his name underneath his, Rudy underneath his wing, and, you know, so they're trying to make things happen so that they can get this oil in time, right? And he's using a lot of his acting skills. Again, another, like, far off, you know, like, hey, you sweet talk this girl because you have good acting skills and do that. You know, so they used the kind of backstory on Rudy's character to, you know, try and make this all work. And it's like, okay, again, it's like, really, you know, it's almost silly, but that doesn't matter, I don't think. You know, it didn't bother me at all. Normally that would, but for some reason, again, it all just kind of worked well. So I'm glad I came back and it was a 5.8. Definitely worth a 6. It's a good, you know, kind of feel-good story. It's based on a book, and it was really cool because I saw that in the beginning. I was just reading the credits, and it's like, oh man, chocolate boots, something like that. Now I forget. Sorry, chocolate snake boots or something like that. And I was just like, what does that even mean? Like, how is this movie based on that? Well, if you see that, you'll see what the real words are. Something like that, chocolate boots or something. And I was like, that comes out. And I pieced it all together. So it's not based on a true story, and that's okay. That makes it better. Because it is, you know, fiction. And so, you know, a lot of the stuff is just whatever. You know what fiction means. I don't need to tell you. But anyway, I do think it's a good feel-good story. And I think the characters had chemistry. I know I said that all before. So that's what I got for you. Worth a watch, absolutely. Hopefully I was helpful. 6, I'll give it a 6. And if you like those two actors or all three, again, I thought Carrie-Anne was a great third wheel in this. Worked out good. Bruce Dern, there's not so much of him, but good enough to enjoy. Alright, I've rambled on enough. Hopefully I was helpful. And let me know what you think. Thanks for tuning in. Kimmel's Irish Pub.